Hello and welcome back to the Curio Stitches podcast. My name's Ellie and I am coming to you today from Exeter, which is in the southwest of England. It is about 5:30. What day are we? It's Thursday the 28th of January. So I am back for a second week in a row. Woo! I promised myself and you guys I was going to do this more regularly. I'm keeping my word. So today I have got a finished object to show you, and I have got two works in progress with knitting, a little bit of spinning and a little bit of stash enhancement. So my tea this week is a little bit less cold. You can still see some of the stars. So I'm just going to have a sip and wet my whistle and then we'll get on. Okay, pop that over there. So, I have finally finished editing the pattern and taken photographs of this. Now this, I will stand up and show you in a second, is my Feline Phantom design in the DK weight. And it has all been test knit, it has been edited. You'll start to see everyone posting their versions that they test knit for me on Instagram and maybe Facebook over the next few days and week. The pattern is being released tomorrow at 6 PM UK time, which I think is 1 PM Eastern time, so New York time. And then whenever it's 4 time zones backwards sort of thing. And I think that makes it 1 AM Australia, because you're 7 hours ahead, I think. Anyway, so this is the Feline Phantom pullover. I just kicked the stand with my slipper, I'm sorry. So I'll stand up and you're not really going to be able to see. You see her? There she is, or he. So this is a ghosty cat, and this is why I had it tattooed here. And it's sort of in memory of my cat Jasmine, and sort of towards my cat Galen, who is still alive. So this is all knit in DK weight yarn. It took less than 100 grams for the grey, and then it took about 300 grams for the black. So it's got this lovely ribbing at the top and at the bottom. Oh, there's a bit of fluff at the bottom. The back is completely plain. So it's the sleeves are knit in the round and then joined, and then the sides are seamed up. So yes, so that is my Feline Phantom DK, and it's DK because I do have a fingering weight version coming, but it's so vastly different that it deserves its own pattern, and I've just got myself all out of breath. So yes, Abby and I did a little photo shoot today. We went off, wearing masks, don't worry, we went off around the local area and did 3 photo locations. It's lots of fun. It's very different being on YouTube doing videos than it is posing for your own photos for your own designs. I'm not a model. I've never claimed to be a model. For a start, I'm really short. I'm 5'2", 5'2.5". But yes, I'm finding it a bit strange. I am enjoying how few people are around to see me feeling very strange. But yeah, I love it. I have been wearing it ever since I finished it, except last week on camera. So the yarns are the black, which is the main colour, is Rico Designs Fashion Nature DK. That's going to blow out. There we go. And it's just their black But if you really want to know, the black is colour 10. And the grey is Lang Yarn's Thema Nuevo Merino Fine Superwash in the colour, well, 1150023. Very elaborate. So there you go. So they are both DK weight. They both knit at the same gauge. However, this one, you get a lot more to the ball than this one. And that is because this one is part acrylic. So the Fashion Nature DK is 80% acrylic, 10% wool, 5% alpaca and 5% viscose. And the grey one is 100% superfine merino. So you get a lot more oomph, you know, yardage for your buck sort of thing with using this one than this one. But I like both of them. And I wanted to deliberately design something that wasn't just in my hand-dyed yarns, because this one is maybe £5 a ball and you get 233 metres. But this one, you only get 118 metres. So basically it's the same price, but you only get half of the yardage of this that you do in this. But like I said, you're paying for the content. This is very good quality. This is very good quality, but there is a difference. Now, this one is very soft and fluffy. This one's also soft and fluffy. But if you're on a budget, this one is a lot more friendly than this one. So yes. So I really hope that you enjoyed the pattern. It ranges from a 28-inch bust size, which fits a 34, and it goes all the way up to, I think it's a 62 or 64, but the garment size, I think is 70 or 72 inch. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I deliberately did it so it was very size inclusive. So yes, it's my Feline Phantom. So moving on to works in progress. I will just move that yarn. So I have cast on the next version of the Feline Phantom, which I've been longing to do, and it uses these yarns that I dyed. So these are ones I dyed specifically for Neve. They're not part of my stock there or my stock here. So this one is very similar to Echo, and this one is, I think it's Witcher. And these are the colours that Neve asked for hers. I said, you can have any colour you like. What do you want? Now, originally she wanted the cat to look like her cat, which is a tabby cat. That would look lovely. But no. So she went for black, or near black. This beautiful grey. So they're both tonal. So there will be parts where it will look, there'll still be a contrast, but it won't be as great. But it's the same as this, so it's just the cat down the front. So this is the fingering weight version. I literally cast this on yesterday. I have done the collar, and that's it. So whereas this one's worked on much larger needles, this one's worked on much smaller needles. And this one will have more shaping. There's an option to do shaping or not to do shaping at the waist. There's a definite front and back, obviously, because pretty cat on the front. Oh, Feline Phantom. And this one will also go from a 28-inch bust up to, I think it's 64-inch bust. So there'll be slightly less positive ease. But if you want it to have the next size up, let me know and I will add it in, do the maths and add it in. So I'm looking forward to working on this, and yeah, hopefully hopefully this won't take as long as this one to bring out. So if you want to test knit the fingering weight size version, it's all written out. I'm just slow to knitting my own pattern. So yeah, let me know. There will be an official test call going out at the end of February, because that is my deadline to have mine finished. But if you want to jump on now, I know a couple of you have already said yes, they'd love to, you know, to knit this. Then let me know now, and I'll sort of, you know, give you those sizes now, sort of thing. And that would be wonderful. Okay, so the final thing that I have been knitting on this week is my, let me just pick it up, my Wolfsbane Cardigan. Now I'm using Nightshades in Talk Radio, which is the purple. Can you see the purples in there? Oh, yes, it's beautiful. And I'm using my Curio Stitches hand dyed. This is the Merino Nylon and Stellina. This is the 5% Stellina in Echo. And this is being held double. Now, I had to rip back because I'd done the chart slightly wrong with the spacing at the top. So they were slightly off. So I've ripped back and I'm just doing the increases again to where I need to get to for the beginning of the chart. And this time, because we all make mistakes, I put my markers in the right place. Honestly, because I'm working on so many different patterns at once, I get confused very easily. And I know I could just work on one thing at a time, but then you guys would get really bored. So there we go. So this is just the neckband for the minute, and it's got a ribbing band going down both sides at the front. It's not button up. I wanted it to be just a loose open cardigan. You can put buttonholes in it. It's set up so that, or it's designed so that if you want to, you can. I'm just choosing not to. Yeah. Although saying that, I may put one just sort of here. So that I can just wear a slip under it if I want to and not feel too exposed. But we'll see. So yes. So hopefully by next week, those two will have a lot more progress on. I have not done Neve's gloves that I started at Christmas. I've not made any more progress on them. I decided that actually I wanted to knit her jumper instead. So yeah. Okay, so I discovered today, just a bit of knit chat, that I currently have 21 projects. Yeah, I have 21 whips. Works in progress for you non-knitters or newbie knitters. Works in progress. And they are all my designs, and they live on this shelf here. That is my My Little Pony shelves. And yeah, I hadn't realised until I was having my organise quite how many projects that I'd started to design, written up, cast on, got partway through and did the whole typical, oh, shiny. New. Yeah. So my aim is to get them all finished this year. They may not all get published this year, but I want to get them all finished this year. We'll see. I know at some point this year there will be another all shiny moment. For example, today my friend Caitlin shared her, what's it called? The new design from Brooklyn Tweed with the butterflies. And then it's got the hidden message in the hem at the bottom at the back. Oh, it's beautiful. I'll put the name on the screen, or the hashtag, so you can go and look them up. But Caitlin's especially is absolutely beautiful, and it sort of, oh wow, I need to knit that. So yeah, that's probably going to be a shiny. And then I do still plan to cast on my moon jumper that was in Pom Pom. It was the cover. I have the yarn. Ishell, that's the one, my Ishell jumper, and I'm doing that in a dark purple and my old moonstone colourway, which is actually very similar to this, but it's on a base that I no longer sell, so I wasn't going to let it go to waste. Yes, and then I also have 3 or 4 other works in progress that are also not one of my designs, and they're sort of behind my chair in project bags on this shelving unit here, including things like the pink velvet and another one that I'm not going to talk about because I don't know how I feel about it at the moment. So yes, there is a lot going on in the knitting community at the moment, and I'm watching it, and I am, you know, figuring out exactly what on earth is going on and why this woman, who everyone has supported for years, has turned around and been such an idiot. Yeah, just no. Yeah, can't all be decent human beings, I'm afraid. That's all I'm going to say on the matter. Yes. So on to, after that moment, on to some spinning. Now I have been doing some spinning on my wheel. I did some yesterday morning. I took half an hour when I got up at 7 o'clock to just sit with my cup of tea, and I listened to another one of the YouTubers that I follow. They've started doing this lo-fi hip-hop relaxation sort of tracks, and I will post a link down below. It's Roberto Blake, but he goes under a different name for his music stuff. You can also find him on what's called the other music, I can't remember, down below. Spotify, I remember. I feel really clever when I remember things, because fibro brain, menopause brain doesn't work. I feel like I've got a double whammy. Anyway, so I'll post him down below, and I will insert a little clip here of the spinning that I've been doing on my wheel. So it is the Samain that I started back in the autumn. This is what I have been spinning on my wheel. I keep it in the bag because we have cats, and I've got this much. So when I started it before, I literally had a little bit on here just to start it off, and the rest was empty. So this is from, I think it's Katie at Hilltop Cloud. It's Samain. So it's 25% BFL, 12.5% Soya Silk, 45% Merino, 12.5% Shetland, and 5% Angelina. And it's so soft, and I can't wait. This is definitely going to get used in the jumper. And yes, of course, I did my wheel purple. Okay, so the other spinning that I have been doing, I got back out my Turkish spindle that Abby got me, not this Christmas, last Christmas. And I have done another, I've got half a row like here, so I've done 1.5 more onto this one. So this is my turtle cop. which is ever so pretty. Bit close. It's ever so lovely, and I love all the sparkles in it. So this one you can use it as a support spindle as well. I don't get on well with support spindles. But this is an absolute beauty, and I thoroughly enjoy using it. I'm now at the point where I think it's pretty consistent. And until I had this, I'd never touched a Turkish spindle. I have lots of spindles. I feel I'm very competent at spinning. But this was a challenge that I had in my own mind. And yeah. So the aim is to spin the whole pack of Rolags on this. Different turtle cop. And then ply them. So I want to do them 3 and then do a 3-ply. And then knit a hat or using a shawl or colour work on a jumper. I'm not sure yet. That is my goal. So yes. No, I don't know where this is from. It was one that I found on Etsy and sent a link and then disappeared, forgot about it, and it arrived for Christmas. I was like, ooh, shiny. So my other acquisition, or my acquisition for this week, I couldn't resist. One of the sellers that I follow on eBay was having a fabric sale. So this is from Material Magic, and it is a cotton viscose blend, because I wanted something drapey to make myself either a dress or a skirt and blouse, you know, or a vest or something for the summer. It's 140 centimeters wide, so I've got plenty of fabric, and I have loved this sort of ditzy print. I'm giving away my age now, but when I was a teenager in the 90s, this was everywhere, and I had a long sort of tunic blouse that had no sleeves and a nice shirt collar. And when I had it bought for me, I think it was 1990, and it was for our family's friend's wedding. And at that point it fit me almost to the knee as a dress. And I kept it until I was 24, 25 as a top. And oh, it was that piece, that garment, that was the first time that my sister turned round, because I wore it to a disco, and my sister turned around and went, oh, you're being gothic. I was like, So I blame my sister. Thanks, Nita. So yes, so this fabric, immediately, I've wanted some more for years, and I love it so much. And I want to make lots of clothes with this sort of fabric, this ditzy print. It's one of my favourite prints. So I'm really looking forward to working with this. So that was my little treat this week. It was £3.74 per half metre. So that's really good. So yeah. So, what have you lot all been working on this week? And let me know down below. You know, what patterns have caught your eye? What have you been making? Have you been sewing, crocheting, knitting? I want to hear all about it down below. Let's get a nice chat going. I always respond to comments. It might take me a couple of days, but I always respond to comments. Sip of tea. It's cold. The colour's gone. There we go. So yeah, I thought this week that I'd turn my chair a little bit more, so you got some more of this lovely Monstera without me being here. It's here. Yay! You can also see just about here my picture that Abby gave me for Christmas. It's moons, the bat, and stars and things. Yeah, I will share that on Instagram, because you couldn't see it before because it was too high up and behind these leaves from where I was recording. But I will share it on Instagram because I've put it in a matching frame and it's absolutely beautiful. So yes. Okay, so remember, the Feline Phantom DK version is going in the shop tomorrow at 6 PM UK. I will put on screen all the test knitters that did it for me now. Thank you, my amazing friends. I really appreciate it. And I had so much positive feedback. It really gave me lots of confidence to sort of keep going, which obviously, as my job, I need. Also, thank you very much for the feedback that I received from last week's video about the yarn. There are more going in the shop tomorrow because they sort of vanished last week. And if you miss out, I'm very happy to do pre-orders, like I said, for jumper quantities or, you know, shawls or whatever, or even if you just want the same dye lot, you know, I'm perfectly happy to do a pre-order, as long as it's a base that I already use. So, you know, at the moment I'm not dyeing on lace weight and I'm not dyeing on Aran weight or chunky, but if it's anything sort of in between, I don't dye in plant fibre. Yeah. So I have also got some spinning fibres. I will grab them and show you actually, so you get a sneak peek. Hi. Okay, so I've got the fibres and I've just realised I can hear my daughter through the wall. So if you can hear it on camera, I'm sorry, but at the same time I'm not, because she's laughing, which is perfect. So I have got 3 bits of fibre going in tomorrow. Now they are all the same colourway. They're all called Glacier. And I've got it on Merino Tencel, which is this absolute beauty. Now this is how I package my fibres now, so that it's not braided, and it means even if it sits in your stash for a long time, so, you know, a few years, this will be less compressed than as a braid. So this is how I send them out in, you know, an envelope sort of thing, so they don't get damaged. So this is my Merino Tencel, and then I've got it on Polworth, and I have done it on my this is merino, silk and flax linen base. Love how it picks up in the silk, and then you've got the contrast of the linen next to it. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, so those 3 will be in the shop tomorrow as well, all at 6 o'clock. That is the time that the shop update is going live tomorrow, 6 o'clock. So I think that's it for this week, other than to say, if you're a pony person, and I don't mean horsies, I mean My Little Pony, please leave a comment down below, because I might have started collecting My Little Ponies again. I've always loved them, and I finally put them out on display, and I blame Shy. I'm looking at you, Shy. Witchy Knits. Such a good influence. So yes, thank you ever so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time and spending some, you know, nice time with me chit-chatting and a bit of a knit along and having a cup of tea together. I would be very appreciative if you could subscribe down below and press the like button and press the reminder, and that'll make sure that you actually see it, because the algorithms have changed on YouTube again, and even if you're subscribed, it doesn't mean you'll get the notifications. So keep checking in each week. I record on Thursdays and I publish them by Friday morning. So the final bit to say is my website is here, curiostitches.com, where you can find yarns, fibres, project bags and knitting patterns. I will never be a sewing pattern designer. Nope. I'll leave that to everyone else. And also, if you found me and you weren't aware that I even existed before today, that is because I now use the YouTube software add-on, which is by TubeBuddy, and the link for that is also down below. And it's an affiliate link, so if you use it, I will get a small amount of pennies, which all helps. And then finally, I have a Patreon account. So you can go over there if you feel like it. By all means, you don't feel you have to at all. But if you enjoy this and you feel like you can support me, I'd really appreciate it if you signed up to Patreon. Okay, I think that's all the places. And then finally, if you would like to receive a weekly newsletter that goes out, please sign up to the email link on the website. So I'll put a link for where to do that down below as well. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Look after yourselves and take care. Bye for now.